You can always catch us on our replay. And there we go. Boom. We are recording live. Thank you so much. And good morning. Well, actually, it's good afternoon. You know, you never know when Two Sisters is coming on, but today is Friday. And for our viewers and our audience, you know what that means. It is Fantabulous Friday. This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss, Lady Canna, live from a new location. I'm in DeLand, Florida right now with Two
Sisters. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janice, AKA Wellness Diva 5.0. Haven't done the downgrade yet, and I don't think I'm going to, just saying. Anyways, we want to get right into it. It is Fantabulous Friday, April, excuse me, 16th. And we have an amazing guest today. Her name is Anja. And oh, I knew I was going to mess that up. I am so sorry. Oh boy. But she is the founder, CEO, Chief Scientist of HappyBond. And this is a company that produces human-grade nutrition essentials and food products for pets and humans. Before we came on, I told her I absolutely love her bio. It's probably one of the best ones that I've seen. So without further ado, welcome. We are so excited to have you on. And if you would be so kind as to not only introduce yourself, but who this adorable little doggy is.
Yes, sure. So happy to be here. We're glad to get to talk to you today. This is Fernando. He's our Chief Tasting Officer, and he's just came from his beach run, and a little hungry. So I have to feed him with some treats from HappyBond, of course.
Of course. So, you know, I love how in your bio, you know, you say that it's the mission to extend the health span of pets and make pet people happy. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how you came into developing your business? I think it's such an amazing story.
Thank you. Yeah, for us, it's very important with HappyBond that we can extend their health span because they live longer. We adapted them to the family. They're not yard dogs anymore. So now we really have them for a longer time, but they're not healthy or longer. So what HappyBond is addressing is that keeping your dog healthy for the whole lifetime. And that is approaching not only nutrition that we provide, but also keeping them moving, exercising just like us, and stimulate their mind. So it's a whole health. You cannot just give them great food, never move them, and not stimulate them. Like a border collie needs to work. You know, they need that stimulation to stay healthy. So HappyBond wants to give back to them because they're always there for us. They always supported us, especially last year that we know through the pandemic, and still emotionally, they've been really supportive. And I think it's time that we treat them the right way and not only give them the cheapest food. We have to really look into their wellness approach and prevent all these bad things to happen to them. But my journey with HappyBond started actually because of a very special bond to my bulldog, Tony. He was a very special dog and he loved to skateboard. That was his biggest passion. And he was pretty good at it, but he got problems in his shoulders and couldn't skateboard. And it was really, really breaking my heart seeing him very depressed because that was his biggest passion. He didn't like to walk, or you know, he would hide under the table if I come with a leash, but not with a skateboard. So it was really sad to see that he couldn't do this. And I'm fortunate enough that I'm a scientist and could develop something that brought him back in a week. So it was actually then our first product, but I worked in cartilage tissue engineering at the time and could formulate something that could help recover his joints. So he was back in a week and never had any issues. And kept skateboarding his whole life. So that really made me very happy. And we tried it on other dogs and humans. I take it myself, it's human grade, and it works and really is something that is preventative, helps dogs to stay healthy and recover their joints as well. So that's how we started HappyBond with our first product.
Wow, that is amazing. And obviously we know that you do dog, you know, you focus on dogs, but are cats involved at all? I wasn't sure about that.
Well, it is okay for cats as well. We don't have an explicit line for them yet. We're working on something because, you know, cats are a little different customers. They're very demanding, so it's harder to feed them, and it's a powder that is not flavored. So we have customers that feed it to their cats and have great results as well. Cats suffer from arthritis as well, so it's mainly that they don't show it because they really worry us, so they don't show any pain unless it's very bad. So but we always recommend that as well for cats if you can feed it to them. It's just the powder. Some cats are really picky, and we're working on a formulation that is easier for them, but it's for sure for all pets as well.
Well, that's good to know, because I know Carol Sue has 2 kitty cats at home, and Jerry Seinfeld and Tate, and they're relatively young. But Carol Sue, I want to turn it over to you because, you know, I'm curious as to, you know, if your cats maybe have experienced anything like that and how that relates to, you know, the business of keeping our pets happy and healthy.
Yeah, I absolutely love, you know, your concept. And before I actually get into that piece, my question would be, what is the main ingredient? So it's helping their joints. Is it really kind of keeping their digestive tract clear? Or is it specifically the longevity of their body in the movement process? So I was not sure on that piece.
Yeah, so the main ingredients of the joint supplement is collagen. It's a hydrolyzed collagen that is very bioavailable. We source everything in Germany, so it's a very high grade collagen. We add hyaluronic acid to moisture the skin from within, and also it's a lubricant to the joint. And glucosamine for the inflammation that might be already there. And we add vitamins, which is very important. If you think about collagen biosynthesis in your body, you need vitamin C at the same time. So we add that for the immune boost as well, and D and E, which is very good for the dogs. So in general, collagen is our biggest structural protein, and we produce it and the dogs do. But with age, we lose that ability. And that's when we get like the skin gets wrinkled and our joints get achy. So in order to prevent that from happening, start early with our puppy version or adult to maintain, to build them right in puppy age. It's also really good for their digestion, as collagen is like a lining for the stomach. So it's just, and in any case, it's a really good high protein, and we only use active ingredients. So there are no fillers. Those ingredients are listed, that's it. There's nothing else in it. And it's actually a 94% collagen. So it's a really high-end powder that is so highly concentrated. That's why you see these great results. So when we go to the senior stage, it can rebuild if it's not totally too late. You can really see a big difference in dogs that couldn't walk. We have customers that write us that all of a sudden their dog is running like a puppy. It's just because they get that ability back, and the matrix of the joints and the cartilage can actually rebuild. So it's a great feeling to help dogs to be mobile again and agile, but also just keeping and preventing that. And you will see with a puppy, they get really nice shiny coat and good skin. Like many dogs get this dry skin and itch because of too much grooming or the wrong shampoos, wrong food, too much protein. So this helps as well. So we have a lot of people that had like sensitive skin, and through the hyaluronic acid, it calmed it down, and they got much better as well.
I love that, because I actually take a hydrolyzed collagen as well, but it's in gel formula. And I would have never in my wildest dreams, glucosamine, vitamins, absolutely. You know, we give things to our cats, but I would never have actually thought of hydrolyzed collagen for a pet, just for whatever reason, never would even connect the dots. So that that's paramount. I think that's amazing information. And yes, with cats, of course, they are different in many, so many ways. You know, from a perspective of, you know, your relationship with them, you know, how you take care of them. So I think it's awesome. And because I think it is in a powder form, and as you said, there is no flavor to it per se, you could probably mix that with a wet, you know, if somebody's using a wet cat food, I would think that you would be able to easily mix that up into their, their meal with the pate or the savory, whatever you're actually giving them. And I think that's a great additive. We sometimes forget that, as humans, gut health is paramount. It's our gut is our second brain, and we never sometimes correlate that with our own pets. And I think that is what you're doing is amazing. I think it's a great, especially for those that, really they've embraced their pets as kind of their children. A lot of people that, maybe they, as you had pointed out during the last 12 months, but also those that, didn't have children and or empty nesters. Now they still have that relationship and that friendly extension of their family, and our pets are part of our families. As much as Jerry Seinfeld drives me a little cray sometimes, he is an orange tiger type cat, and he's all over the place. We're totally two different personalities. One eats to live and the other one lives to eat. So it's quite interesting. So I would be really excited to try that, because you're so on point when you're talking about a dog. I think relates and lets when they're more in pain than a cat does. A cat, like you said, you wouldn't even know sometimes. So that's a very interesting perspective.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at the research, 90% of cats over 10 have arthritis, and that's like a really high number. But sorry, now he's moving into the table. No. That's it. So, even if they don't show it, the research is very clear that there is a problem actually.
Right.
So it's always good to prevent. But when you talk about gut health, we actually have a super exciting launch today with Respin and Halle Berry, who we co-created products with. And one of them is elixir for their gut health. So it's all natural, plant-based, and it's really preventative to keep their gut healthy. If they have issues, it helps as well, but it is total different. It's not probiotics, and it's very, very helpful to just add every day to your dog's diet. And it's like a water-based elixir with natural flavor. So you should check that out. It's live today, so we just launched.
Well, that's amazing, and we're actually having you on your specific launch date. That is amazing. How did you kind of decide that you were going to get into it? I know we're talking about your first pet, but is this something that you've kind of always thought about? Because it's not, it's so funny, you see so many people getting involved with so many health and wellness industries, because we understand the importance of longevity, and if we're not keeping our bodies and our guts healthy, we're going to have problems later on in life. And we don't always associate that with a pet, nor would most people decide, hey, so did you decide to wake up one day and say, I wanted to create this product?
Oh, well, actually, my whole science career started with a big project of avoiding animal testing. So we built 3D in vitro models to avoid animal testing for drugs. So we built this automated system where you don't need any outside mechanism. It just creates the disease in the lab in cell culture with stem cells. And we don't need, the pharmaceutical companies don't need animal testing anymore. So that was my first project, and it was very close to my heart because I'm a big animal lover. I always had horses, dogs. My mom would say, if someone was looking for me, she would say, oh, she's under the table with a dog. So I always loved that. And I wanted to help animals. And I think that is more important than another nutrient for us, because there's so many already. I think we should look at them and the same thing. Like, I take my smoothie in the morning, not because I'm sick, but because I want to stay healthy and do as much as I can to live a healthy lifestyle. And that's the same for him. He gets his supplements, he gets good food, he has to move. So I want to do as much as I can to keep him in a good shape and have as many bonding moments as I can. So, it's getting sad when the dog gets older and they're not as agile and you cannot bring them along, or all these great moments you have together get smaller and less. So that's why I wanted to help animals, and I'm still more happy to do something for them. than
Well,
humans.
you know what I think is awesome. You know, what better way than have a pet as your training partner? You know, going on that power walk, making sure you're getting that movement. You're encouraging them to keep moving for longevity. And guess what? They're doing the same. So it's twofold. You're building that relationship. You're extending, like you said, you're extending their life in a healthier way for that quality of life. And I think that is so amazing. And I love the fact that it's natural based, plant-based, which are so, and the fact that you mentioned that there's no fillers. And I think a lot of times people don't realize when they're shopping and doing that kind of research on what to give their pets, commonly you just go in the grocery store and you pick it up, you don't read the ingredients. And sadly, in so many bigger corporations out there, they do put a lot of fillers. Now, when you think about that and you think of it from a human standpoint, well, we know, we've seen it with so many autoimmune issues and a lot of things that are occurring now in people. It is really directly correlated with everything that the junk that is put in to the way things are manufactured. Well, if it's happening to humans, of course, naturally it would be happening to pets as well. Don't you agree, Jan?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we see all the different brands out there, or maybe, for instance, different celebrities, cook celebrities that are now doing a pet product line. And, you know, you obviously wonder, it makes you think about the products, obviously, that you're giving to your pet. You know, for instance, there are some dog treats, which I absolutely know that my dogs can't have, although they're great to have on hand. You know, when we used to give it to them, we know that we can't give it to them because it upsets them. They get sick. Just not good for anybody. I have a couple of great questions. So the first question that I'm dying to ask, of course, is how do you get your dog to skateboard?
I know, I was wondering that myself.
Well, it is very breed specific, because bulldogs have that tendency to love everything that rolls and moves. And I think it's because they have this low center of gravity, like they're so little and have a good balance. My dog just saw a skateboard and was always crazy about it. So we bought a skateboard, and they chew a little bit on it too. But he also rolls and loved that. And Fernando he's not been on a skateboard, he's been on a surfboard. But he is crazy when he sees them. Like as soon as there's a skateboarder, he's running and gets really, he wants to get it. So we're still practicing, but they all, so many bulldogs have that. They just want to get on the skateboard. I don't know. It's very breed specific. I think I haven't seen any other dog being so crazy about skateboards. So it's not really, it wasn't really my choice.
I think that, you know what, and the pet's letting you know, hey, I've got passions too. I want to get movement, but geez, I just think that's amazing that the dog can communicate that way and really let their families know, like, this is something I love to do. And because you'll see some pets that prefer, you know, playing with the ball or playing catch with the ball. You have others that just like to roll around in dirt, in the grass. And then now we're learning that, you know, you got some that love skateboarding. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, they're great.
And
but nevertheless, there's sorry.
No, go ahead.
Please. Just there are so many, like you said, there's so many other passions, and he actually loves beach walks. So he's a big fan of running like 2 hours on the beach. That is his other passion. So.
He's so cute. He's so adorable. The other question that I had was, I've heard of Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer. And if you could tell us a little bit about that, like how you, I mean, obviously with the business that you're in, I can see how you definitely would connect with him, but how did that all come about? And I think that it's amazing that, you know, you're combining the name of your business, HappyBond, is so significant to the overall business that you have. If you could just get into that a little bit more.
Yeah, when I moved here from Germany, I was always a big fan of his shows, and especially if you have like very strong breeds like bulldogs, you know, I was not able to keep them on the leash and behave, and through his programs I managed to communicate better with them, and And I met him here when I got here. I heard that his dog was kind of old and had issues in his joints. So I managed, after several attempts, to get a meeting with the management and him. And I asked him to try the the supplement, and he said, I tried it all. I mean, he said, I can try it, but he's on Rimadyl and he cannot really, has a really big issue. And I would love if this works, he said, but I don't think that's just another supplement. So he tried it, and he actually called 2 weeks later and said, well, he's off Rimadyl, he's running, and it works. And I want to help and endorse this. So we actually started that partnership very much in the beginning, because his dog did so well on it, and now all dogs, and he has a lot of great results with client dogs and other partners that he has. So he's always believed in this because he really tried it. And I mean, we couldn't be happier to have someone like him to support this and also build and create that trust, because I know when we started this, how many supplements are on the market for joints and how many times people tried and it didn't work. And it's I can just say this is new science, and the old stuff is glucosamine and chondroitin and MSM, and in a very slow dosage, and chews. There's 80% fillers. Just our scoop, and it's not even the glucosamine that is the main ingredients, has 30 times more than other brands in a chew. So I think I calculated with another collagen chew that we have, you have to give them 300 chews a day to compare our dosage, which is not possible. So there's a higher concentration, and it is, you see the results are different. And I know that's why I was so happy that he got on board, because actually someone could say this is true, and not just me as a scientist, but someone that people trust could give that statement and tell people that it really works. So we're very happy with that. And he actually helped me with behavior issue with Fernando as well. So
well, that was a bonus for you, and that's awesome. Now I know you said that humans can also take it. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? So they would put it in either a water bottle, or, because you said it is tasteless, or is that something that you would take once in a while, or you could put it in a pea protein shake, whatever?
Yeah, tasteless is maybe not the right word. We don't add any flavor, but it does have the natural flavor, which dogs obviously love. We not so much. So it's still collagen. So I put it in my smoothie. I would recommend to mix some fruits or something that is masking that taste, as we don't have any flavor in it. We do come out now with a new flavor, but it's for the dogs. It's a beef liver. So I don't think that would be
I would not
for us.
No.
So, but I take it every day.
Right. And that's kind of, again, simplicity. I think for most people, we look for simplifying our lives without a million bottles of this or that. And how cool it could be that you're giving your pets their vitamins and supplements, and you're taking the same thing. I think it's kind of cool.
I know. I mean, some people called me crazy, but I said that's it should be like that. It's that good that we take it, then we give it to them. So we test actually everything on us first, even the treats we have. And you mentioned treats. Like, I'm a big fan of just very, very clean treats. We just have freeze-dried salmon or chicken. It's 100%. There's nothing added. So you could actually put water on it and put it on your salad. Like, it's high-end chicken or salmon. So it's very pure, and all the ingredients and all the stuff we have, you can take as well. It's all safe. And with the collagen, we really had good results with people as well. So my father takes it. My husband has been the guinea pig for many years, and he's doing great. So
that's awesome. I love it. I love having the hubby as the guinea pig.
He's the other chief tasting officer, I would imagine.
Exactly.
And it's so exciting that you mentioned that your new line came out today with Holly Berry. Excuse me. How many products came out, and out of the products that came out, and I know that it's probably difficult to choose, just one, but if you were to order just one, what would you say, or what would your advice be to someone that is looking for a little something more for their pets?
Oh, that's hard. Well, the products with Hallie or Respin, her company, that is all focused on wellness and keeping your life in really good shape. So we have 3 products launched today with her. They are elixirs. They are wellness elixirs, preventative for your pet. One is boosting the immune system for them, which is very important, as we saw the last month. We don't want them to get diseases either, and be very strong. So we always think immune boost is a very good supplement to just have. And then the other one is for the gut, the tum tamer, that is really preventative, keeping the gut health in balance. But also if you just have an emergent issue like eating the wrong treats, and we all know how that looks, so that can help as well. And the other one is a skin and coat for shiny skin and coat. So it just supports their skin health and gets the coat very quickly shiny. From those 3, my absolute favorite is the gut health, because it's the ingredients are so different. And I tried it on my first dog already when he had really bad stomach issues. So it's something that I really love. If you go from the whole side, I would always say buy the collagen and some of the elixirs, because they're really good to combine, because the elixirs are droppers, they are water-based, so you can actually put that in the powder and you don't even need food for it.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, that is a great variety, a great start. We are definitely going to list your information below this particular live, because, you know, pet health is something that a lot of people just don't chat about. I think it's so paramount that we do protect them. They are part of our family, and we want to make sure that they're living a healthy, happy, and prosperity, you know, forever, how long that we have them. And you want them in the best health that they can be, because so sadly, sometimes we just don't, you know, we don't realize. I mean, I'm sure each breed really has kind of a different timeline on, you know, from age, prosperity, and their longevity. So, you know, if there is a way that, you know, you're providing a service that is going to, you know, continue their longevity, not only just to continue it, but continue it in a healthy manner. Gosh, that is so important to so many people and so many families.
Yeah, I imagine that it is, because, you know, you don't hear of wellness really for pets. You don't. And I think obviously it's so paramount, because they are members of our family. You know, I have 3 little dogs. One of them is a monster. He could be the cutest, most lovable little lap dog, and then 2 seconds later, he wants to rip your face off. But, you know, he's still, you know, he's still my little monster. But, you know, I love the fact that you can really kind of use the same kind of products. And I think that's really interesting, but that is such a testament to the work that you put behind your product. And that's really important to people as well. I obviously know that you're located in Venice, California. So I would imagine that it's very easy for your customers and our viewers and listeners to go on your website and order whatever they would like to order.
Yes, it is. And actually on our website is not only a shop, we put a lot of time and effort in building that website on the Healthspan side, where we have a lot of knowledge that we share about these 3 points: body, mind, play, as you want to exercise. And it will show you how we compare to the pets, how much exercise they would need, and how the diet should look. And we've tried to make it really interactive and short, so it's not like a long dry read. So I definitely think you should check that out. And also my favorite part on the website is the bonding moments. To build those, we have a pet travel to Paris with your best friend, going on a 3 days trip where you go sightseeing, you go to dinner together, you will have a partner massage and champagne tasting. So it's really for you and your pet. And we did that together with Untold Story, which is a boutique travel agency out of London. And then we also just launching dog astrology. So we know a little bit how the stars affected our pets when they were born as well. So I like that to not only be a shop. There's a lot of educational part as well.
And I think that's so paramount. Again, it's because it's just, there's so many subject and pieces to their health and wellness and their mindset that I just don't think a lot of pets even really grasp. And I think what you're providing is that information and connecting other people with that same love of their pet, but also really giving insight to the importance of keeping our pets healthy for their longevity with movement, with mindset. But also I love the whole thing about bonding and those trips. I think that's pretty interesting. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it absolutely is interesting. And dog astrology, I mean, I'm going to have to do that for the monster. That might explain a lot, right?
That might.
Oh my gosh.
It was actually right on with our dog. So, and we're fortunate enough to have a really good partner here. She's a best-selling author for astrology, based in London. Has been featured in the Vogue, and she's a magician when it comes to all this. And she agreed on writing it for dogs. So we're very happy to get her on board.
Wow, that is amazing. My gosh, very exciting. What is your advice? Because I know a lot of things, for pets often come up a lot with their owners, and especially with their owners being, everybody still, I don't want to say in lockdown, that's not the word I want to use, but this past year with being at home, being with their pets, being with their family, if someone is looking to, spend more time, and I love the fact that you pointed out the different things on your website, what is one or maybe two different things that the pet owner, the dog owner can really have that time to bond with their pet? What would be a great thing for them to do that maybe something that they haven't done before?
Well, it really depends on the level of the engagement that you already have with your pet. And for me, it's natural that you walk your pet, your dog regularly, not just keep them in the backyard, which is not only to move them and to just go and have them poop and pee. It is really important for the connection between you and the dog, like the walks and just that little training. That's another thing. Like people think like, oh, my dog doesn't need to learn all this. It's not only to brag about your dog can sit and come back. It's more about security, that he's actually listening to you, and the bonding between you and your pet while you're training those things. Like just that little interaction, you will see the result. And I see that with Fernando. If I spend time with him and teach him a new trick or anything, he will just be next to me the whole day, because it's kind of this connection that he's thankful for. They want to learn. That's the same thing as us. They don't want to just lay around and wait until the owner comes home and it's dinner time. Like they want to really be stimulated and go with you. And I think that's another thing that we learned through this pandemic times, that we had so much time with our pets. Bring them along. Like there's a lot of restaurants now that have outside dining that you can bring your pet. Just go or bring them to the grocery store if they are service dogs. I know some wouldn't agree with that, but I just think having them along and giving them that experience is really creating that bond. And that's what traveling is another thing. My dog Tony traveled to 13 countries. He was flying overseas all the time with me in the cabin. He was going skiing. He did everything. So he was always with us. And that bond, because you have those experiences together, it's like a relationship. When you have a new partner and you have all these travels and memories, that is creating the bond and making it so much stronger, as if you only see each other every night at 6 at dinner and the rest you don't spend time together. So I think that is the same thing. And people should think about, like, don't leave them at home. They can come, they can go with you. There's so many things you can do together. And it's really important, and you will see that bond growing. And even another thing is to overcome some fears. Like some dogs are scared of water. Try to train them and show them it's not dangerous. And even if it's just getting to them to just put one paw in the water, but that result and success they feel, that is also a really bonding creation. Like they gain your trust. And if you have trust, they respect you. That's how you have to be a pack leader. And that's what gives you the love, this unconditional love.
Wow, I think that is so paramount, and you really have given our viewers and audience a really good insight into really what goes into being a pet owner. You know, a lot of times, just like parents, you know, a lot of times, you know, you don't get, there's not always a perfect manual on how to become a parent. It kind of applies to the same thing as being a pet owner. Most people think when you're a pet owner, oh, you know, take them to the vet, they get their shots, you feed them, you walk them, but there's more to it because they all do have individual personalities, just like human beings do. And we really can tap into, you know, how to communicate with them on so many different levels, not just the basics. So I think what you're providing, along with your website, giving all these different tips on not only nutrition, gut health, mindset, but really having that relationship with that pet. So I absolutely love that. And we cannot thank you enough for everything that you've really have given an eye opener, I think. Don't you think, Jan?
Oh my gosh, just so many things that I didn't even think of. And I've had dogs for, you know, quite a few years now. Yes, they can drive me crazy at times, but we love them all, and they are a member of our family. You know, even the monster wants to snuggle with me at night. So I must be doing something right. Who knows? Anja, we can't thank you enough for being here today. And I will definitely get your information on our page. We would love to have you back again to do another podcast, perhaps an update of Fernando. I would love to see him on a skateboard.
Oh, we have him on a surfboard. I have some pictures for that.
Okay. Yeah, we would love to see those. But in any event, thank you so much. You know, your time is valuable as well. And the information that you gave everyone today, it's just, to me, it's priceless. Some things that as a pet owner, I just never thought of. So thank you so much. On that note, to our viewers and listeners, we want to thank you so much for always being here to not only support us, but to also support and, you know, be with our guests that are on our show. They provide such wonderful information, and we were so grateful for that. On that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with TwoSistas.
So this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, Lady Canna, live from a really nice area of DeLand, Florida. I absolutely love it. Got some pickleball in, but it is Fantabulous Friday. What are you going to do? You know what? I think you should take your pet out for a walk. Do something different. Maybe put that on your to-do list, and definitely check out this new website that we're going to provide for you and really connect with that pet, whether it's your cat, whether it's your dog, your rabbit. Some people have hamsters, doesn't matter. Just get involved and make sure that you show them the love. You know, we talk about paying it forward, kindness, and just having that great relationship with human beings. It applies to your pets as well. You guys have a great Fantabulous Friday, and we will see you here Monday for Monday Mindset. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.